In Job chapter 4, one of Job's friends, Eliphaz the Temanite, responds to Job's lamentation with a speech filled with wisdom and insight, or so he believes. Eliphaz begins by acknowledging Job's reputation for offering counsel and strength to others in times of trouble. However, he questions why Job is now succumbing to despair in the face of his own suffering, suggesting that Job's reaction is evidence of weakness and lack of faith. Eliphaz proceeds to recount a vision he claims to have had, in which a spirit appeared before him, revealing the folly of those who trust in their own righteousness. He warns Job that no one is truly innocent in the eyes of God and suggests that Job's suffering must be the result of some hidden sin. Eliphaz implies that Job's protestations of innocence are in vain and that his suffering is a just punishment from God. Throughout his speech, Eliphaz relies on traditional wisdom and theology to explain Job's predicament, drawing upon commonly held beliefs about the consequences of sin and the nature of divine justice. He urges Job to repent and seek God's forgiveness, implying that his suffering will cease once he acknowledges and confesses his supposed wrongdoing. Eliphaz's words are meant to offer comfort and guidance to Job, but they ultimately serve to deepen Job's despair and fuel his sense of injustice. Eliphaz's speech in chapter 4 sets the stage for the subsequent dialogue between Job and his friends, as they grapple with the profound questions raised by Job's suffering. Despite Eliphaz's good intentions, his words fail to provide the solace and understanding that Job seeks, highlighting the limitations of human wisdom in the face of profound suffering and the mysteries of divine providence. Let's now read Job chapter 4. Then Eliphaz the Temanite answered and said, If we essay to commune with thee, wilt thou be grieved? But who can withhold himself from speaking? Behold, thou hast instructed many, and thou hast strengthened the weak hands. Thy words have upholden him that was falling, and thou hast strengthened the feeble knees. But now it is come upon thee, and thou faintest, it toucheth thee, and thou art troubled. Is not this thy fear, thy confidence, thy hope, and the uprightness of thy ways? Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished, being innocent. Or where were the righteous cut off? Even as I have seen, they that plough iniquity, and sow wickedness, reap the same. By the blast of God they perish, and by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed. The roaring of the lion, and the voice of the fierce lion, and the teeth of the young lions, are broken. The old lion perisheth for lack of prey, and the stout lion's whelps are scattered abroad. Now a thing was secretly brought to me, and mine ear received a little thereof. In thoughts from the visions of the night, when deep sleep falleth on men. Fear came upon me, and trembling, which made all my bones to shake. Then a spirit passed before my face, the hair of my flesh stood up. It stood still, but I could not discern the form thereof. An image was before mine eyes, there was silence, and I heard a voice, saying, Shall mortal man be more just than God? Shall a man be more pure than his Maker? Behold, he put no trust in his servants, and his angels he charged with folly. How much less in them that dwell in houses of clay, whose foundation is in the dust, which are crushed before the moth. They are destroyed from morning to evening, they perish forever without any regarding it. Doth not their excellency which is in them go away? They die, even without wisdom. This ends our reading of Job chapter 4.